Picture a little machine. You give it clues on the left, it makes a decision in the middle, and an answer rolls out on the right. The machine can be very clever, but from the outside, all we see is clues in, answer out. Let us give it 3 clues: pointy ears, gray fur, and snow in the background. The machine says, wolf. Maybe that answer is correct, but correct is not the same as explained. We still do not know which clue truly pulled the decision. When a model is too complicated for a person to inspect directly, people often call it a black box. That does not mean magic is happening. It means the path from input to output is hidden, tangled, or simply too large to read. Explainable AI, usually shortened to XAI, is a family of methods that helps people understand an AI system's behavior. XAI does not merely repeat the answer. It tries to show useful evidence about how the answer was reached. A useful explanation often answers one of 3 child-simple questions. Which clues mattered? How much did each clue push? And what small change could have produced a different answer? Those questions turn a sealed box into something we can investigate. One important warning: the model does not have to think like a person. An explanation is not a tiny human voice hiding inside the machine. It is a carefully tested view of the model's behavior, written in a form people can understand. Now let us open our wolf decision. Each clue connects to its own piston. A short piston means a weak push, a long piston means a strong push. We can finally watch the decision form instead of staring only at the final word. Pointy ears push a little toward wolf. Gray fur pushes a little more, but snow pushes much harder than both. The machine combines those pushes, turns its central gear, and sends wolf down the output rail. This is a local explanation. Local means we are explaining one particular prediction for one particular example. We are not claiming that snow controls every animal decision. We are saying that for this exact case, snow had the strongest measured influence. Influence can push in opposite directions. One clue may pull toward wolf, while another pulls toward dog. A good local explanation shows both forces. Hiding the clues that disagree can make a weak explanation look much more certain than it really is. Also notice the difference between confidence and reason. A 90% confidence score tells us how strongly the model favors an answer. It does not tell us why. The explanation describes the measured influences behind that confidence. Next comes a wonderfully practical question. What would need to change for the answer to change? This is called a counterfactual explanation. Counterfactual simply means imagine the same case, but with one carefully chosen difference. We keep the ears and the fur, but replace the snowy background with a sunny park. The strongest piston shrinks, the switch in the center flips, and the output changes from wolf to dog. One change clue revealed a decision boundary. A useful counterfactual must be realistic. Telling a person to become 10 years younger is not useful. Lowering a debt balance over time might be. The best alternative is usually small, possible, and connected to the decision. Local explanations study one trip through the machine. A global explanation zooms out and studies many trips. Instead of asking why this animal became wolf, we ask what the model usually does across thousands of animal examples. Now hundreds of tokens flow through together. We count which clues dominate, which routes are common, and where mistakes collect. Perhaps snow is unusually powerful everywhere. Perhaps ear shape matters only in a narrow corner of the data. Think of it this way. A local explanation is a magnifying glass over one footprint. A global explanation is a map of the whole forest. Both are useful, but neither can replace the other. One shows detail, the other shows habit. There is no single XAI tool that fits every model and every question. Different tools open different windows. Let us look at the most common ideas without turning them into scary mathematics. Feature importance ranks inputs by influence. In our machine, that is the length of each piston. It can tell us that snow mattered more than fur, but a ranking alone may hide direction, interactions, and what happened in one specific case. Methods such as SHAP compare many teams of clues. Imagine repeatedly covering some clues and asking how the answer changes when one clue joins the team. The method shares credit among the clues, a little like dividing points among players. Lime takes a different approach. It makes many small changes near one example, watches the complex model's answers, and fits a simpler model to that tiny neighborhood. The simple model acts like a local sketch, not a map of the entire world. For vision models, a saliency map highlights regions that strongly affected a prediction. Instead of showing a photograph, imagine our vector animal divided into clean regions. The ears glow softly, the fur glows more, and the snowy ground burns brightest. A surrogate model is a simpler model trained to imitate a complicated one. A tiny decision tree might say, snow first, then fur, then ears. It is easier to read, but it is only trustworthy where it actually matches the original model. Example-based explanations show nearby cases. The machine might say, I chose wolf because this case resembles these 3 known wolves more than these 3 known dogs. For many people, a concrete comparison is easier to understand than a list of numbers. These tools can disagree because they ask different questions and make different approximations. That is not automatically a bug. Before choosing a method, we must decide whether we need one case overall behavior, a possible change, an image region, or a human-readable rule. Why does all this matter? First, explanations help us debug. Our wolf classifier may look accurate while secretly using snow as a shortcut. Show it a wolf in summer or a dog in winter, and the shortcut can collapse. Once the shortcut is visible, an engineer can improve the training data. Add wolves without snow. Add dogs with snow. Test the repaired model again. XAI did not fix the model by itself. It revealed where a careful human should investigate. Explanations can also expose unfair patterns. A lone model may not use a protected trait directly, yet rely heavily on a postal code that acts as a proxy. Seeing that influence is a warning to test outcomes across groups and examine the data. In medicine, lending, hiring, and safety systems, an explanation can support review, challenge, and accountability. It should help a qualified person ask better questions. It should not turn an uncertain model into an unquestionable authority. Now for the biggest trap, a beautiful explanation is not automatically a true explanation. A chart can look calm, precise, and scientific while describing only a rough approximation. We must test the explanation just as we test the model. The first test is faithfulness. Does the explanation track what the model really does? If we remove a supposedly important clue, does the prediction actually change? If not, the explanation may be telling a convincing story without following the machine. The second test is stability. 2 almost identical cases should not receive wildly different explanations unless the model truly changes near that boundary. If the colored pistons jump around after a tiny harmless change, we should be cautious. The third warning is causation. An influential feature is not automatically a cause. Snow may correlate with wolves in the training data, but snow does not create wolves. XAI can reveal associations in a model. Proving cause requires stronger evidence. A good explanation also fits the person using it. An engineer may need detailed diagnostics. A regulator may need consistency across groups. An everyday user may need one clear reason and a meaningful next step. More detail is not always more understanding. So a strong explanation should be faithful enough to trust, stable enough to repeat, simple enough for its audience, and useful enough to support a real decision. If one of those locks fails, the explanation needs more work. Sometimes the best explanation is to choose a model that is easier to understand from the beginning. A short decision tree or a carefully designed linear model may be transparent enough to inspect directly, especially when the accuracy trade-off is small. For a very complex model, we often add an explanation after the prediction. This is called a post-hoc explanation. It can be useful, but it is a window placed over the machine, not the machine itself. The fit must be tested. A sensible XAI workflow starts with the human question, not with a favorite chart. Are we debugging one failure, checking fairness across a population, offering a next step, or proving that a safety rule holds? The question determines the tool. Then we cross-check. If feature importance a counterfactual and nearby examples all point toward the same clue, confidence in the explanation can grow. If they disagree, that disagreement is valuable evidence that deserves investigation. We also test explanations with real people. Can the intended user predict what the model will do next? Can they spot an error, challenge a decision, or choose a better action? Understanding is a measurable outcome, not a decorative feeling. Models and data change over time. A trustworthy explanation from last year may become misleading after the world shifts or the model is updated. Explanations should be monitored, versioned, and tested again when the underlying system changes. Good teams keep a record: which model produced the decision, which explanation method and settings were used, what data was in scope, and what the explanation cannot prove. That record makes review repeatable instead of relying on memory. Finally, XAI does not move responsibility from people to software. Someone still chooses the model, the data, the threshold, and the action. An explanation gives humans better evidence. It does not make the decision morally or legally correct by itself. Here is the mental model to keep. Ordinary AI gives you an answer. Explainable AI opens a map of the clues, forces, and alternative routes behind that answer. The map is useful when it is tested. honest about its limits, and built for the person who needs it. The next time an AI says yes, no, dog, wolf, safe, or risky, do not ask only how confident are you. Ask the better question. What evidence pushed this answer? What could change it? And how do we know this explanation deserves our trust?